The juice is loose.
Hello, my name is Michael Morley, and I'm here to review Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. 2 words, and you get a sequel. This movie is a highly anticipated sequel to the first movie Beetlejuice that came out in 1988. This is a 36-year wait to get this movie going. This returns the return of the great Beetlejuice, played by Michael Keaton. Winona Ryder coming back. You've got Catherine O'Hara coming back. You've got new cast of Jenna Ortega. You've got Justin Theroux, Monica Bellucci, and Willem Dafoe. Directed yet again by the legendary Tim Burton. If you love the Tim Burton movies, the great visual, practical style that he always does, that goth-looking effect, it's there. It's so nostalgic. Just the intro of this movie just brought me back to the first movie. Very iconic and very nostalgic. We have this thing where we watch these new movies that are like legacy sequels, and we always never like them as much as the original because we're so profound with the nostalgia of the first movie that they're like, never gonna be as good. It's not as good. Why bother? I gotta say, this is a pretty damn good follow-up. I have to watch it a few more times to know if this is actually better than the first, but I actually really enjoyed this sequel. And they don't copy like the same story. We don't have Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis back in this. They're not the couple that were ghosts. They're not in this. And it has a new story focusing on Winona Ryder's daughter. And I love that they got Winona Ryder's character to be like a ghost hunter on a TV show. That is so what she would be now, like what she would be doing for a living. And I love that she still has the same look. They kept the same look that she had in the first movie. And Justin Theroux plays like her assistant who's madly in love with her. He wants to marry her. He wants to be part of her life. And he's very smothering. Catherine O'Hara is back, and she is just a delight to see. She's funny and energetic and just brings that nostalgia back to what the first movie was. And Jenna Ortega is just great. She's a rising star. She's got this thing where she's like a typical daughter that doesn't believe in her mother's ability. She's kind of embarrassed to be part of that family. We get the return of Michael Keaton. The truth is, even though the first movie was called Beetlejuice, he was not the main character. He was mainly a supporting character that was there for a few core scenes. In this one, it's the same, but he's a lot more prominent in this movie. He has more scenes, he's got more things to do, but they use him just enough, not too much, but he's there more than what he was in the first movie. And this is a good sequel. I really got to say, if you love the first movie, you are going to enjoy this. My only problem, Willem Dafoe's character. There were times where he would come in and he's great in the film. I will say that his story of what he is hilarious, and I'm not going to spoil it, but him being in the movie at times felt like I was watching a different movie. It was like he was in a different movie. I was like, it's like whenever he came in, he was just doing his own movie. He was in his own story and he was just having fun with it, but it felt like it was detracting from what was going on with the main storyline. But that's just a little nitpick, and I don't think anyone else is really going to notice, but to me, it felt like I was watching a different movie every time he popped up in the movie. There are certain characters that, that are not there anymore because of a certain controversial child pornography, and that's why they're not there, but you do see the character being mentioned and seen in a very funny way without actually seeing the actor, because they controversially would not have him come back to play that role. But his character is mentioned and seen in the film, and I'm not going to spoil how they do that, but it's very funny. And it's kind of an backhanded compliment to him being in the first movie, but to what he did in reality, it's kind of like, well, that's what you get, mate. Other than that, Monica Bellucci plays a very interesting character. I'm not going to spoil who she is or what she is, but she does a very fun role. You feel like, I wish there was a bit more backstory with her because she is an interesting character, and it falls kind of a little, not too much, but just a little bit flat, where you feel like, I wish there was a bit more backstory with her, because I feel like they could have done more with her, but there's only so much you can do. And I'm really just nitpicking here, but I think if you enjoyed the first movie, you are going to really enjoy this. And Tim Burton, this is one of his best movies he's done in a while. I'm so glad to see a good Tim Burton movie. Yay! 8.5 out of 10.
I'm gonna make you so happy.
The living, the dead, can they coexist? here to find out. Where's Beetlejuice?
Where's Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice!
Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Really? Is this a figment of your imagination?